Okay, so this is a transmission hugely centered around Leo sign. I tried to look very deep and hard and find something else, but somehow the spirit wants me to start the message by talking about the Leo sign. You could be Leo, rising, sun, and moon, and I am being told that this is for people whose path is being activated around being Leo. Specifically, if you are Leo ascendant, then this may resonate for you. I'm sensing you could be people whose sun and identity, because sun is identity here and Leo is a sign ruled by sun, so you could be someone whose sun had been weaker throughout the early stages of life, but if you are 30 plus, then this may make sense to you that since you have mastered many lessons around power, ego, because sun is also ego, so your path is being activated. As your ego dissolves, you are coming out of the ego centered path and you are being directly linked towards that very life giving source that is sun. Because earlier, the sun inside you, which was activated, was ego, but I'm sensing you have recently shattered many layers around what identity and ego and power should be like. You could be someone who struggled or used to struggle with power dynamics, shifts in power in relationships. Your path around being a Leo is not around being dominating or being the right one or being the righteous one, but it is more around being the one who shines the light on others. So here the roles of the sun has switched from being about the one that has to be the center of the universe. From being that, it has shifted towards being the one that gives light to everything else, and that is the life force for everything else on the universe. Not universe, but yes, earth. My bad. So you are kind of tapping into that power, and if power or leadership comes along, that would come along as a byproduct of that, not because that is something that is supposed to be your path. Your path is basically around nourishing and serving by giving your light out to the universe, but it is not your own light. It is the light that you would be channeling directly from the source being the sun. You just become an anchor, a medium that is going to transmit it to those present in your life, because you're not going to be the sacrificial piece of anchor here that is going to give light out to others, but because you know how to tap into the source directly, you know now how to remove the blockages. So somewhere your path is being activated towards being the one who waters others, who makes others grow, it's not just a water that makes health plant grow or soil. It's without sun, without the ultimate star, all of that is going to become lifeless. So that is the purpose of being sun like here. So this is why I think spirit wanted me to talk about Leo as a sun, and it doesn't have to mean that you need to be any of those placements. It can also mean that it may help you embracing more of these qualities, and if you are struggling with embracing these qualities, then maybe working on your ego, working on your power dynamics or power shifts in any relationships, any interactions, it may help you. And if you arrived at this place already, then know this that the process that you went through was not very easy. You ended up being wounded, like someone is wounded in the war, and the war was not with anyone else but with yourself. And in the process, you can say that there is huge debris around the wound or around the scar that is left on you, but I'm also being shown that you are in the process of grief. Maybe the transformation hasn't fully happened yet, but you are going through the process of grief around the wounds that you have, and that process of going through grief, which most people skip after a major heartbreak or a loss. This very process is going to it's going to clear the debris that you have been carrying now for so long. This clearance through the grief, going through the process of grief, it's what is going to become the very reason around how you're going to tap into the very Leo like paths, and that is actually where sun's light is going to enter through you. Those gaps is what is going to fill you with sun's light. So when you complete this process, this is not something that, okay, now you're healed. This is going to be a major turnaround where you're not going to learn how to nourish yourself, but as a result, you would be able to build even better relationships, is what I mean, because a theme around relationships is surfacing very hard here. And see, a theme of rainbows is incoming through heavily also, because when it's like the grief is the period of when rain is happening, and it is the what rain represents is the blues, the coldness, when most people feel their grief come out. But after the rain, when sun shines, that is when the rainbows appear. And this is what makes them magical. If there was no rain, it sounds very philosophical, but this is the process that you are navigating. So yes, rainbow, you actually wished for rainbows in your life. And now that you have to wish, there has to be conditions of rain for that to happen. So this is why first you had to go through those moments of rain, of heartbreak, so that sun could shine through all those wounds even more and even better, and so that the process of formation of rainbow can take place. Because you're not someone who can survive or who would want to live in black and white for long. You are a very colorful, vibrant personality, and that is what sun does. If night takes away the colors, then sun is what makes everything illuminated, and it makes every color, specifically after the rain, look even more vibrant. And this is what you are calling forth in your life. If you have not been able to understand that why this grief moment is there, then this is why it is there. You have the reason. I hope this message helps those who really needed it, and the sun that I'm channeling helps shed some light on the wounds that they are harboring. If you made it till the end, share what part met you the most. It helps me tune in a little deeper to your energy. I'll meet you again when the roots whisper a new truth.